There's layers of goodies in here.
Let me see if I can find something. Ooh, I like to buy cowboy shirts. And I have to dress Craig too. He doesn't come in here because, you know, he's clueless. I would say I'm a good wife, but I'm not his wife. Look, Patagonia, am I allowed to say that?
P2R was created with support by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation understands the importance of renovation financing. With a renovation loan, you can turn an outdated house into your ideal home. It's time to make your renovation dreams a reality. Visit our website to learn more. Also in part by Pitkin County Solid Waste Center. Located just outside Aspen, Colorado. We are firm believers that one man's trash is another man's treasure. Reducing, reusing, and recycling waste are guiding principles in our community. The Pitkin County Solid Waste Center is more than just a landfill. It is a partner in the larger goal of environmental stewardship.
Today on P2R, we're going to do picking. What is picking and how do we pick? So what is picking, Deb?
The hunt, the love of the hunt. Just going out and finding great stuff that usually it's one of a kind, or you've never seen it before, or you want more of the same.
I always want more of the same. Yeah, I was a collector and I still am. So speaking of picking, where do you pick?
Oh, I like estate sales are my favorite. You need some population. We don't have much population for that. You know, dead people stuff. I like that a lot. And thrift stores are great. They're great, especially my favorite ones.
Yes, and I think you've shown me a few, but you keep a few in your back pocket and keep them there for now. I've done that with my mom and dad to estate sales back in Chicago and thrift stores like the Sally and Purple Heart. But my real fun with my father was going to like Maxwell Street, to homes, you know, closed up factories and stores. Yes, a lot of dirty stuff there, but a lot of great stuff. And that is the thrill. The pick is the thrill. And when you come back, you sort of relive that thrill when you're unpacking because you just don't know what you have. And speaking of that, I got to go in the back room because I just got back from southern Wisconsin checking the traps on those picks I've been on and see what I have there.
Well, I'm out of here.
Get out of here. I'm out of here too.
Okay.
Check the traps, see what we can find. Check the traps, see what we could find. You meet good people, junking is a state of mind. I'm living a junk picker's life, 'cause it's a junk picker's life for me.
Just got back from a recent pick at this demolition yard in southern Wisconsin. I've been picking this place for, well, 3 years now, so this is about the 8th or 9th load. And when I come back from a pick, especially that large, I fill every space available at the store, and this ends up being the overflow room. As you can see, I'm overflowing. Let's go over a few of my favorite pieces back here I got. One is this printer's cabinet. These are always in demand. It can be used for so many things: jewelry, maps, sheet music, fine art. Just a very functional piece. Then moving on down here, this is something I really like because I'm always looking ahead for other projects we have, and we're going to be working on the Chalet du Soleil. And this is like a brewery sink. It has 2 little sink basins, then a work area. I see potting bench all over this thing, and it's so nice and narrow, it'll fit in perfect. Coming down the way here, always hit my favorite stuff, industrial stuff. We have the machinist toolbox, which again is fantastic as a jewelry cabinet. Each drawer is felt lined, and women just love to lay out their jewelry in here because you can see it. Now, this is a real cool piece. This really caught my eye right away. It says Westinghouse on it, from some factory or something. You open it up, you got a nice big shelf here for storage, but the real cool thing is, pop the button, the lid opens up, and the shelf from below inside comes up, Great display. I think this would be a fantastic liquor cabinet. Your friends will be amazed. They'll want to drink out the whole cabinet. So we got all this back here. Now I finished 2 pieces and they're out on the floor, and you're really gonna like the placement because I gotta get all this stuff out here cleaned and placed on the floor. So let's go see these 2 pieces I just finished up. You got to see a few of the items, or I say most of the items in the back room from my last pick at the demo yard. But here are 2 of my favorites that came out of that area. There was an old farmhouse there on the property, and it was just loaded with goodies, and these 2 are my favorite I got out of there. What we have here is a handmade or homemade refrigerator. And what I love about this thing is you got so much you could do with it. I mean, besides displaying stuff, you could put this in your kitchen. You could store your canned goods or your spices in here. But they did not look like this when I brought them in. They were dirty. So what I like to do here is gently clean them because you want to retain this look. Everybody dies to get this look. They even try to create it. So I use a fine steel wool, take off any loose paint, any dirt. And then the real neat thing is I use a paste wax, a clear paste wax, which just makes the finish pop. It gives it a little satin finish, but it makes the paint just jump out at you. So over here is another piece that came out of that farmhouse. This was probably used in the kitchen too, and they stored their goods in here. What I like about this, you can roll this right into your bedroom and use it as a blanket chest. Put your pillows over here in the shallow one, put your blankets in here, or it could still be used in the kitchen. So Deb's gonna be pretty excited. I got these 2 on the floor, and now I gotta get back in that back room and clean up the rest because I am dying to get out to Palisade and do that pick. And I know there's gonna be a lot of stuff out there, and I need that back room and that garage emptied.
We're here this morning at one of my favorite places in the world. We're downtown Carbondale, and this building here is the home of Rebecca's Lodge. It was deeded to them, but it's called the Near New, and it's the thrift store. And all volunteers and all the money goes to scholarships directly, so it's like 100% what I give to them goes straight out to the community. And that's what I like about giving my money to some place where I know it really is 100% going to kids that really need it. Well, you guys, here it is. I'm going to show you my method of madness. There is a method because you could spend hours in these places, and since this is one of my 2 favorites, I come all the time, so try not to spend more than 20, 25 minutes in here because you just get lost in the big thing. So I kind of scan things. So I have a way I start. And this is basically the kitchen area, and just picking this up it's a Swiss diamond from Switzerland. See, they have really good quality here. And if you know what you like or what you need, you know, I've seen people just run in and just grab a basket because that's what they were looking for. I had this on outside. I'm losing it because it's too hot, but we'll go to the scarf section. And I just wanted to show you what I picked up here one day. Nice little Hermes silk scarf, but it's too hot. Everything I have on, I got here, even my toes. Here I could spend a lot of time. It's the books and the kids' games. Tons of them come in, they've never even been open before. Guess we have a luxurious community, but the books are 25 cents each. I mean, coffee table books, anything. And then what I love to do is buy my grandkids books, but 25 cents a piece, come on, give me a break. And then if they're books on, they've got them all categorized, and this little lady comes in every week and organizes them. And, you know, fishing, Western, there's a lot of books on Colorado that I get for the store. It's really a great, great corner. And I always take a quick look at scarves. You get to the point where you know, but sometimes they get like piled this high. You have to dig a little bit, and I have found $400 scarves in here. I just like think I died and went to heaven. And then I usually look at the purses because I make purses for the store, and sometimes I'll grab something. I don't see anything today, but I'll grab something that could be a good base, and then I add to it and make it more unusual, like this. I might put old patches on it and a different handle. But I find good Western belts, and these are great for purses. So looking for Converse, I always check out the kids, and the kids is kind of crazy, but it's easy to spot things like these pair of cowboy boots. That'll be perfect. What are these? This child could not walk yet, but they're Converse. Do you believe it? Stuffed animals are almost brand new, but sometimes I like to bring my dog home one. Oh, he'd have a lot of fun with this one. These are all the girls' clothes, and they sort of size them. You just got to get lucky. But my granddaughter Lulu is going to have a birthday party at the end of July, and she wants it to be an Asian party. So I would grab this, and then a lot of times in kids I see things that I can use for my purses. And what about this guy? I'm big on jean jackets. They sell really well. Moving right along in all of the women's things, I really hit good dresses for the store. Last week I found a full-length strapless red dress with black flocked polka dots all over it and a crinoline. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. Well, I think it's time to get heading back to Craig, because you know he is my boss and quite a taskmaster. We'll let Judy package this up in a recyclable bag and get right back up to the shop so I can get to work. I love coming here. I usually hit it about once a week and limit myself to 20 minutes. But you never know what you're gonna find.
It's a junk picker's life. I'm living a junk picker's life.
Every one of the picks I go on has the 3 S's. This one really has a story. So we're heading over to Palisade today. Out here we call Palisade the Banana Belt, and the reason we call it that is it's known for its orchards and vineyards. But the real reason I'm going over there is this closed up rock and mineral store. I've been driving by this roadside attraction on Old Highway 6 for almost 7 years now. Every time I go out on a pick there, I make sure I go by there. Yeah, I love these old highways like Highway 6, there's Highway 34, Highway 20. These were the main, you might say, thoroughfares for people to travel across the country. And populated along the highways were these tourist traps, these roadside attractions that tried to pull you off the road any way possible to spend your buck. And it's really a great piece of Americana being able to discover one of these that hasn't been picked yet. It's been closed down. It's sort of like a time capsule. So it's really exciting for me to see what is hidden away in these buildings and shows me how these roadside attractions were back in the day. Now, Don wasn't the one that actually started the rock shop. It was his father. His dad was a submariner in World War I. That's your dad up there, Don?
Yeah.
So it's a World War I photo?
Yeah.
And what was he, submarine, a U-boat guy?
Yeah, I was on submarine. I always used to say, we had submarines that didn't work.
Didn't work? Well, I wouldn't want to be in one of those cans back then. That was very, I'll say, cruel and unusual. They were not reliable. After the war, Don's father had numerous jobs and traveled all over the Rocky Mountain region. And he ended up in Grand Junction opening a rock shop there. But then he found this location out on Highway 6. When did he start this place? Because it looks like he built all the buildings, right?
He was always rock crazy. He was a rock hound.
A rock hound?
You know what I mean?
Well, what is a rock hound? I'm a junk hound, so I want to hear what a rock hound
Well,
is.
he had a place in Grand Junction, Stobie's,
Stobie's?
down by the railroad station.
Well, wait a minute, I saw a sign back there in one of the sheds back there. It said Stobie's, and it said something like jewelry and rock.
Yeah.
Ah,
He was a rock hound.
okay. I think he liked it because it would be what we call a tourist trap, a roadside attraction, and you had all that traffic. So Don, like his father, he was in a war, but he was in World War II in the Navy. He sort of followed in his father's footsteps after the war. He had a very colorful resume, to say the least.
Okay, I'll tell you something. Don't tell anybody.
I won't tell anybody.
The Navy sent me to the University of Illinois.
You went to U of I. That's where I went to school.
Well, and we had to wear white uniforms.
White uniforms?
And guess what the girls had?
What did the girls have?
Lipstick. Lipstick.
Lipstick. And they wipe it on your uniform?
Well, they can make a guy go to the doctor when he gets through.
Oh.
You see, can you imagine that? They would love to put that on their white shoes.
And ruin your outfit?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We can't get it all.
No, so you would have to go back and you get in trouble,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
These are some of your favorite pieces of paperwork here, and this looks like a referral letter. It says, "To whom it may concern, Mr. Don Stobo of Denver, Colorado, worked for our company, National Distillers Products, for several years. We all were very well pleased with Don's character and work, and was happy to see him better himself with other employments." So this is when you were delivering all the booze and that?
Well, the mafia.
The mafia?
He's the head of the mafia.
You had him. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see his last name. George T. Vitullo. Vitullo. Sounds like a good Italian.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But where were you going after this? You quit? You quit?
Yeah, I quit.
So you
And then he gave me that.
gave you the referral, so that's when you moved on.
I don't like the idea that I worked for the mafia.
Well, we don't know. We can't prove that. That sounds like a good story, Don. That you work for, as we call it in Chicago, you work for the family.
Oh, well, yeah.
We work for the family. That's what my dad would say.
George Vitullo.
He ended up coming back to the rock shop in the 1960s, operated it for probably about 20 years, and then just called it his residence. It's a Denver Post, 1917, and it shows the Colorado soldier. Look, they're trying to hold him back, some of the politicians, and he wants to follow the other states, Nebraska, Iowa. All the soldiers are heading off, and he wants to go Colorado. So I wonder what was going on back then, that they didn't want the Colorado boys in the fight, but I love that. They can't keep him back. That speaks a lot. These are really neat.
Yeah, American steamer.
The American steamer is sent to bottom by the German pilots. Yeah, neat stuff, isn't it? Dad saved some really goodies.
Oh, boy.
Just recently, I was coming back from a pick, and I saw this young couple out there clearing out all the overgrowth around all the buildings. I could not get my truck over fast enough. And it was that day I got to meet this great young couple, Katie and Kyle. And I wanted to ask these two, Kyle, it looks like a rock shop, but is that what it was?
Yeah, so it was a rock and antique shop back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Don Stobaugh lived here, and it was store on this end, and then living on that end, and then the green shed down the road is kind of where he put all the rocks together, polish them up, cut them up, whatever kind of goes into that.
So you got to be friends with Don. I think Katie's the one that met him at the pizza place here in town, and you got to get to know him, and now you're going to be the new owners of this property. So what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, so it's just kind of a blessing to meet Don, and that he kind of came into our lives, and Katie takes care of him and helps him out with things, and so he gonna leave us this place and
Make this your house, or
we're gonna turn this into a home, hopefully, for our family in the future. So.
Excellent. So now can I get loose and start picking? All right. This is where Don hid his stash. Holy cow, there's a lot of liquor in here. And they say candy is sweeter, but liquor is quicker. Okay, we're inside Don's father's building, the main building, and this was probably where the store was, and there's living quarters in here. So there is remnants of the rock and mineral store in here. And what I see a lot of, besides a lot of cigar boxes full of rocks and shale and stuff, are these showcases. It looks like Don's father must have used them for displaying the rock into them. And what I like about these showcases, these are very early, especially this one here. This is what we might call like a cigar showcase too in the day, but it looks like he used it for displaying his finer pieces of minerals. And I'm coming across here, these are always a good seller. They're from the 1950s, the old kitchen. Let's see if this one folds out. Yes, it does. The old kitchen, stool, and step. Very good look with the red, all original. So that's a neat piece too. This is a flat top showcase that would go on a store counter. I love these because these are really functional in any store. So you could really display a lot. You could have it on your counter right next to your checkout. You could put it anywhere. So this is a really cool one too. A lot more stones and nice looking, looks like I'd have to unravel it, but it looks like a possibly older American flag. It might be a 48 star. I love this. Being advertising hound, you might say. This is great. It looks like it's a light up Heineken display piece, and probably the windmill moves too. So that's really neat. So again, you don't know what you're gonna see here. So we're coming over here, and one thing caught my eye when I came in right away, and that's just being in the business so long, I saw this right away. A steam whistle. Now, brass, and through the steam came through here. I can't tell you how many people come into our store and say, Craig, are you gonna find another steam whistle that came from, of course, a ship, but out here, a lot of these came off of out of the mines, out of the little locomotives. So they were actually mine locomotive steam whistles. And like Don was saying, his dad had the coal mine out in Utah. We don't know, this could have came from that coal mine. Now, I don't know, looks like Native American. I am not the expert, but we all know who the expert is on this, and that's the Queen of Kashmir, Deborah. So we're gonna have to dig through this later and see if there's more stuff in here that would be good. She might even want part of this when she makes her picking bags. Uh-oh, hurry up, we gotta let him out of the can. Prince Albert's in the can, let me out. Yesterday at the store, a lady came in and we were helping her with her staircase. She wanted to put like knobs, like doorknobs or something on each post. And we ended up going with this, so she was gonna attach this to the top of like the newel post going up the stairs so you could put your hand on it. So that was a new idea that I captured yesterday, so I like that one. These are always nice for candles, or I put them in my old bed springs for a whole candle setup. Wow, this is nice. World War II, 1945 ashtray with a cartridge and aluminum, which was big. But I want to go outside now. There's a shed out there, which I was able to peel back the metal a little bit, and I saw the Stobie's Rock Shop sign there. So let's go out there. I got to cut off the lock. And that's one thing. You got to bring tools when you're doing something like this. Hey, Katie, you got all these outbuildings. You mind if I start picking through all of them?
Go ahead.
All right. Now, let's see what we got in this bad boy. I see something that Don was talking about. It looks like... Oh, there it is. The Stobie's Rock Shop, authentic Indian jewelry and lapidary. One of the things that caught my eye from the street was this cool looking vintage RV trailer. Let's go inside and see what's in there. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here, but what I really like is the RV itself. Look at this cabinetry. I mean, it's all authentic. Nothing's been doctored on it. I mean, it is in primo shape. Excellent cabinets here in the kitchen, and you're going back here into the bedroom. Same concept as over there. Beautiful overhead cabinets, great doors. This is to die for. I gotta have this. Oh, I can see it. Let's get this one. Oh, I love this one. Oh, this one really is for Deb. We have some Vino Fino. Bet you that tastes good. Wow, Katie, it seems like these buildings go on forever. Yes, they do. I mean, wait a minute, is that his actual workshop where his dad would mess with the stones?
Yes.
Wow, what a workshop Don's dad had here. I think this is where he actually prepped up the rocks for the store, and this place is just loaded with rocks, and it looks like all other type of goodies that he used to help him out. Whoa! He also has quite a stash of these glass insulators, and you know, I was talking about them earlier. These things can be repurposed into so many things, like that lady's gonna put them on our stairs, candles, I mean, multiple things, even lights. People drill through there and make them pendant lights. And what's nice is there's some good colors in here. We got some blues. I see a few purples. Now the purples are the darlings of any of these. So we got a lot to go through here, and I'm excited about these. Well, he had his major workbench back there, but this looks like where he did the fine work. This is a nice table. This one I have to have too, because this can be repurposed actually into a garden table or art table. But look at this, these cubby holes too. I love this. Our customers just die for this, but look what he has in here. He has them all broken down, minerals, specimens, slabs of aldaline or whatever it is, oil shale. This is fantastic. It just goes on and on. Here we go. Petrified cane, obsidian, Apache tears, horned coral, Oregon geodes. It's gonna be fun going through all these and seeing what we could, use these for. I don't know yet, but I bet we could repurpose them into something.
So did you have any luck in there?
Of course I did. This place is just loaded with stuff. So I have stuff on the truck that I found today. And the other stuff I found, I'll come back later this week. So will that work for you guys?
That sounds perfect.
Great. So thanks again for letting me come out here, and thank Don. He was a wonder. So I got to hurry up and get back to the store. So I want you guys to stay tuned for our next episode of Picking to Repurpose.
Land sakes, the junk man's coming, the junk man's coming around. Gather up your old time clutter, and the junk man takes it to town. Some fenders and windows and gutters of tin, and things made of silver and gold. It don't have to glitter, it don't even